Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Yeah. Shit.
As long as he continued to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him.
Insider reports have revealed that Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated boxing legend, recently made a surprise visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp in Los Angeles. As Pacquiao gears up for his long-anticipated comeback against Mario Barrios, this unexpected encounter between two of the sport's most iconic rivals has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. It has reignited discussions around their storied past, mutual respect, and the ever-evolving narrative of boxing's biggest names. Floyd Mayweather's reported appearance at Pacquiao's camp isn't just a social call. It speaks volumes. Their relationship has always been layered, dating back to their monumental 2015 clash. Widely billed as the fight of the century. While their careers took different turns afterward, Floyd stepping into promotion and exhibitions, Pacquiao into politics and charity, the respect between them has never faded. This visit symbolizes more than nostalgia. It hints at an ongoing bond forged in battle.
Fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings. It stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. It didn't do anything to me. So I didn't really feel his punch, They punch the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed, it's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who, one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
The rivalry between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao remains one of boxing's most iconic and financially successful storylines. Spanning over a decade, it culminated in 2015 after years of intense public demand, complicated negotiations, and setbacks. Talks first surfaced in 2009, when both fighters were at their peak, but disputes over drug testing and promotional logistics delayed what would become one of the most anticipated bouts in boxing history.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather's a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Manny Pacquiao's boxing legacy is nothing short of extraordinary. Over the course of his legendary career, He captured 12 major world titles and became the lineal champion in 4 different weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super, featherweight, and super lightweight. Remarkably, Pacquiao is the only boxer in history to win world titles in 4 separate decades. From the 1990s into the 2020s, his fights have generated over $1.22 billion in pay-per-view revenue, proving his unmatched global appeal.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
In September 2021, Pacquiao officially announced his retirement from boxing to pursue a full-time political career. He entered the 2022 Philippine presidential election but was ultimately unsuccessful in his bid. Despite the political setback, Pacquiao continued to stay active through his role as a senator and remained involved in numerous charitable and humanitarian activities, staying close to both public service and the boxing community.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Mark.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
Now, at age 46, and nearly 4 years after his last professional fight, Manny Pacquiao has officially announced his return to boxing. The Filipino icon is set to challenge WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the MGM Grand. In Las Vegas, the announcement has reignited global interest, as fans and analysts alike prepare to witness the comeback of one of boxing's most legendary figures.
Manny Pacquiao vs. Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147, welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still 2 debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he... I get he still loves the sport, but listen. You are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Kambosos Jr. once had the honor of training alongside Manny Pacquiao and credits those sessions as transformative. He often recalls learning far more than just technique. He absorbed Pacquiao's mental toughness, discipline, and drive. To push beyond limits, Kambosos says Pacquiao's influence was just as psychological as it was physical. Watching him train taught Kambosos how to blend speed, strategy, and preparation into a complete boxing mindset.
Trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you know, you'd been... How many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got, obviously, the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, you know, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old American fighter from San Antonio, Texas, is the current WBC welterweight champion. He earned the title after a dominant victory over Yordenis Uguies in September 2023, knocking him down twice en route to a unanimous decision win with scores of 118-107 and 117-108. This win marked a major milestone for Barrios, who ascended to full champion status following Terrence Crawford's move to the super welterweight division.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh yeah. No, usually. I mean,
when did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit.
No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like she couldn't spar with other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was like overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And so yeah, most of the time, spar partners, they were dudes. But I mean, I couldn't really even like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Despite the age gap, Mario Barrios isn't underestimating Manny Pacquiao. He's treating this like the biggest fight of his life, preparing as if Pacquiao is still in his prime. From day one, his training camp has reflected total focus and professionalism. His coach made it clear this is being approached with title fight seriousness. Barrios admires Pacquiao's legacy, but he's hungry to make his own. Beating a living legend could define his career forever.
Mentioned a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story. When he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
The upcoming clash between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has stirred major interest across the boxing world, sparking opinions from fans and insiders alike. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman voiced strong support for the fight, praising Pacquiao's legacy and drawing parallels to past comebacks by retired champions. "I like the idea very much," he said. "I think Pacquiao can beat or compete with any fighter." His backing confirms the WBC's faith in Pacquiao's competitive fire.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story.
Floyd Mayweather believes Pacquiao's comeback may be financially motivated at common, a trend among retired fighters seeking one last big payday. While acknowledging Pacquiao's enduring skill, Floyd has long guarded his own unbeaten legacy. YouTuber Showbiz, the adult, recalled an interaction where Floyd reacted defensively when it was suggested Pacquiao could be greater. He even accused Pacquiao of ped use, showing just how sensitive Floyd remains about their place in boxing history.
Here we go. Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for me. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. You said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes and tell me. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you faked. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
Although Pacquiao's exhibition bouts have had mixed results, new training footage from early 2025 has reignited excitement among fans. The videos show flashes of vintage Pacquiao, explosive hands, agile footwork, and sharp combinations. Still, critics question the necessity of this return. As the only 8-division world champ, Pacquiao has nothing left to prove. Some argue this title shot bypasses more deserving fighters and risks damaging his legacy. Others say it's one last chapter in a legendary career.
The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09, Ricky Hatton, all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.
Prominent voices like Frank Warren and Simon Jordan have blasted Pacquiao's return at age 46. Warren called it unnecessary, criticizing the WBC for ranking Pacquiao 5th despite a 4-year absence in week 2024 exhibition showing. Many compare this bout to celebrity-driven fights like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, but Pacquiao's has real title stakes. Critics say it undermines boxing's integrity. Supporters, however, argue his elite conditioning and passion justify the comeback, seeing it as inspiration, not risk.
Champion Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hell's yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But man, he's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.